It's taken me quite a while to get my hands on one of these. This is the new Ford Maverick pickup. Now, this is the smallest truck in their entire lineup. However, just because it's small doesn't mean that it has a big place in the pickup truck lineup. In fact, I'd say for a lot of people, this is all the truck that you need. Our tester here is in the hot pepper red. This is the hybrid XLT version that we're testing here. Now, the Mavericks do come with standard LED headlamps. We get standard 17-inch wheels on here. One thing that the XLT does not have is there's no proximity sensor for the key, so you will have to use your key fob to lock and unlock the doors. This is a 4-door, as you can see. The doors open nice and wide. We're gonna have a look inside in a second. Now, overall, the size-wise, it's about 10 inches shorter than the Ford Ranger and about 2.5 feet shorter than the full-size F-150. Onto the back, this is where the business end is for pickup trucks. The tail lights here are not LED, they are incandescent. I have no issue with that. I do like how the Maverick is embossed right into the tailgate. Here you have that little hybrid symbol. Now we open up the tailgate. It is not dampened, by the way, so you don't want it to slam down too hard. All right, this tailgate is a multi-angle tailgate. You can adjust it by just adjusting that cable there if you choose. There's lots of flexibility in this box, even though it's not a full-size box. It's 4.5 feet, but this is what they call the flex box. So there are indentations here. You can apply, you can make a platform. You can put, let's say, a piece of plywood in here. You can extend it out if you choose. You can put a bike rack on there. There's so many different options that you can do. You have multiple tie-down areas on the bed itself in the front, for hooks. In the back, you also have this rail system on the side. Now, this is equipped with the XLT luxury package. So on the inside, you get some goodies like the heated mirrors. You get an 8-way power driver's seat, but on the outside, you also get that tow hitch, the 2-inch receiver with 4-pin wiring harness. And over here on the driver's side, you get a 400-watt inverter right there. Get a light as well. There's a lot of customization that they provided for the back of this bed. There's even a hidden 12-volt connection point here if you want to add some accessories in the back of your bed. Now, on the passenger side, there's a little cubby area here. It says 20 pounds max. It is not lockable, but it's a nice little space. Maybe you want to put some, who knows, maybe you went hiking and you got some stinky wet socks or something like that. You don't want them to put them in the cabin. You don't want them to fly around, or you don't want to even put them into your gym bag or anything. Throw them in there and just don't forget about them. Ford says you can hold 37 40-pound bags of mulch. Payload is 1,500 pounds, which is quite a bit. I remember in my younger days when I was doing dirt biking and scuba diving, this would be perfect for that type of payload. You can get a bed extender if you want to have a little bit more length as well. So lots of flexibility with this Maverick bed. By the way, this is a lockable tailgate with the key or with the key fob. Let's take a drive. Okay, the inside of the Maverick, I have some mixed feelings about. Let's just start right now, right from the seats. First of all, I like these cloth seats. So many vehicles have fake leather right now. It's been a while since I've actually sat in cloth seats. And the nice thing is, right now it's like -4 degrees outside. It's cold, and the seat heat just comes through so much better, it seems. It gets really hot, as well as the heated steering wheel that this one has. As we mentioned, we have an 8-way power driver's seat. We have a manual adjustment passenger seat here. Then you get into this orange accent. So right by the standard 8-inch display, we have this kind of looks like a vent area, and you have this orange all over, this big huge tray. It kind of feels a little like it's been like 3D printed or something as well. In the back, you have 2 additional cup holders in the center here, and let's just pull that up. You see, it really doesn't. It functions well. It just doesn't look that great. there is quite a bit of plastic involved for this Maverick interior. It kind of reminds me of this gray area, kind of reminds me of like a cooler, but that's not a completely bad thing because this is a very good utility vehicle. Let's say if you're using this for work, for instance, maybe you're a small landscaping company, you're dirty, it's easy to wipe things like this off instead of something that's cloth or something that's vinyl. This is just, it's really easy to take care of. So I kind of get it. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It is not wireless, but I have wireless right now because if you've watched some of the other videos that I've been talking about, I've been using this AutoCast system. You can buy it online, you plug it into your USB and you pair your phone to that. So now you have a wireless system. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link below. Yeah, they don't sponsor me or anything. I just love using the thing and I bring it into every car that I have. Behind the steering wheel, you have a 4.2 inch display. You can go up to a 6.5 inch display depending on what trim level you have. Heated steering wheel, like I mentioned, super hot. Yeah, it's comfy in here. The back seats, not the most room, but this is a compact vehicle. So, you know, the kids have no issue with it, that's for sure. I sat back there. Yeah, it's not as roomy as an F-150 or a Ranger for sure, but it's definitely adequate. And the market for this vehicle, probably not for, you know, for large families or anything, but yeah, it's still nice. If you want more room back there, you can flip the seat back and you do have some cubby area underneath the seat for under-seat storage. So that's also very nice. This middle console here is really deep. So you can fit quite a bit in this middle console. All right, let's talk about what's powering this. We know it's a 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder. It has a hybrid system with it. Combined horsepower, 191 horsepower, and that's going through an eCVT, a continuously variable transmission. If you want to go for the 2-liter EcoBoost, it's going to run you an extra $1,000, but there are some differences here. That's going to bump up the horsepower considerably. You're going to get 250 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque, and that's going to go through an 8-speed automatic transmission. This particular hybrid is only front-wheel drive. If you want all-wheel drive, you will have to go to the EcoBoost version of this vehicle. And yeah, the all-wheel drive is not available in the hybrid. So the bonus though with the hybrid is you're going to save fuel. This is rated for 5.6 liters in the city and 7.1 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway. So it gets better fuel mileage in the city, in and around town. That is great. You see, this size of this is perfect for if you're a city dweller or you live in the suburbs or just plain maneuvering in parking lots. Especially, I've driven full-size pickup trucks downtown Vancouver into the underground parking lots. First of all, some of them are really close to the height limit, but some of those spots are very tight. You get full parking lots. You basically have to do 5-point turns to get out of the places. It's really a welcome thing to drive a truck of this size for sure. It really is. We have been averaging 8.4 liters per 100K, and that's mainly like 50-50 highway and city, which is definitely nothing to sneeze at. That's very good for a pickup truck for sure. Now, if you go for that EcoBoost with the all-wheel drive, another difference is you'll get independent rear suspension, which you do not get on the hybrid version. And the fuel economy on that EcoBoost is quite a bit higher at 10.9 for the city and 8.4 on the highway. So, you know, you're gonna pay more, you're gonna get more power, but you're going to suffer at the pumps for sure. The Maverick has a nice ride to it considering it's on a unibody platform. It's not a body on frame truck per se, but it does have a nice little truck feel. It doesn't feel like you're driving a car. And you know what? If you're driving a truck, there may be some identity crisis on some vehicles that are just getting too car-like. You still feel like you are driving a pickup truck here. Not a big one, but you feel like you're driving a truck. Let's talk about pricing, which is one of the best things about the Maverick, because you can get into a base trim Maverick with a hybrid motor and the front wheel drive for as low as 30,000 Canadian, which is there's nothing else out there that can really touch it with a truck bed for sure. If you go into something like the Honda Ridgeline or the new Hyundai Santa Cruz, they start at a much higher price point. Sure, they have more power, they have more options on depending on what trim you get with them, but some people don't need all of that. The thing is that a lot of people that, not just for pickup trucks, a lot of people overbuy what vehicle they need. And when it comes to pickup trucks, have a look around when you drive around of how many pickup trucks that you see actually towing something or having anything in the back for payload. Yeah, a lot of them are empty. And yeah, I owned a pickup truck before and I rarely used that. I used it like once a month as a pickup truck. And did I need something as big as a large full size? No, I didn't. And that's where this really does fit in. Now, towing wise, this can tow 2,000 pounds. However, if you go with the 4K package, which you can only get with the EcoBoost, that bumps it up to 4,000 pounds. So, you know, it's pretty capable there as well. So lots of great things on this Maverick. There are a couple small things I could nitpick at, you know. First, you know, we talked about all the plastic, fantastic in here. Second, it is available. You can get the proximity key and the push button start on the Lariat, not on this XLT. I just think that, you know what, I can't remember the last time I got into a brand new vehicle and actually had to use a key. Almost everyone is push button now, and you just kind of get used to it. It's just odd having to actually put a key into the ignition. You know, call me spoiled, you know, it's a small thing, but that's about it. I think, you know, Ford has done a really good job. We're in a shopping mall parking lot, check it out. It doesn't take much room. You can park in where it says small car, it'll fit. No stress at all. Let's wrap it up. I really wasn't sure what to expect with this new Maverick, but after a week of driving it, I gotta say, this has really grown on me. I actually like the size. It's so much more maneuverable in so many situations. It all depends where you live. If you live in the country, yeah, a big truck is no problem, but around the city, it's awesome. I love the fact that, hey, if you need more room, you can configure it to do whatever you need to do. Of course, it's not gonna do everything for you, but there's also different options. You got front wheel drive, all wheel drive, part-time four-wheel drive. You put the Tremor package on this, you have quite the capable little off-roader as well. They've given you a lot of options, and as I've mentioned, the pricing is really attractive in case you want something more entry level to get into something with a truck bed, you know, maybe for work or for your recreational purposes. This truck is going to slot in really nice for a lot of buyers out there that really don't need that big full-size experience. So what do you think? Leave a comment below. We'll see you on the next Everyday Review.